We're back at it this fine Sunday afternoon with a little addition of 3 superstars that are getting traded this offseason in the NBA. As always, shout out to the sponsors that don't exist, right? Why would you sponsor something like this when it gets 100 to 300 views? No disrespect to your boy, but shout out to the OG day ones. Appreciate all of you for being here. You know what I mean? Love you. Never forget you. Always here to talk. Appreciate the support. Let's get it rolling. So, 3 superstars that are getting traded this offseason, right? Let's just start with the one I think is probably obvious. Joel Embiid, right? It's him or Simmons. Clearly they don't get along. Many reports have said that they're not friends. That's kind of weird when you're investing that kind of money in 2 stars. If they don't get along, that experiment clearly isn't working. So it's more of a decision. Is it Embiid or is it Simmons? I think they keep Simmons because he can stay healthy, and I don't know. I just think they like Simmons more. So I think, his relationship with Embiid is a concern. His health is a concern. Is he a stud? Absolutely. 23 points a game this year, 47% from the field, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, what more do you want out of a guy, right? I mean, he's an absolute superstar. He's absolutely almost as good as Karl Anthony Towns. Shout out, Kat. You're the GOAT. He's getting traded. I mean, it's him or Simmons. There's no way that the 76ers start next year with them both on the roster, and I think they're keeping Simmons. So it'll be interesting to see who his suitors are. I mean, it's a max player that struggles to stay healthy. Obviously, the talent is, without question, it's there. He's a stud. But certainly, it'll be interesting. But Joel Embiid, first one, he's getting traded. Secondly, Bradley Beal. I know he's under contract. He's making all that money. Yeah. Cool. It makes too much sense. I mean, John Wall's going to come back, right? You would hope. I really hope he comes back healthy. He's absolutely really fun to watch when he's healthy. But I think he's getting traded. There's too much. It just doesn't make sense anymore. I don't see him in Washington long term anymore, regardless of what the contract looks like. They had the opportunity to trade Davis Bertans at the deadline, probably to bring in a good amount of talent to put around Bradley Beal, and they chose not to. And now what? Bertans is going to walk in free agency. I don't think they're paying him, and they should have traded him at the deadline. What were they thinking? That symbolizes to me that they're considering some type of shift, and I think that shift is trading Bradley Beal. I mean, every single team in the league should want to pursue whatever that cost is. It's going to be extremely high. 30 points a game this year, 45% from the field, 4 boards, 6 assists. It feels right? I mean, the Bertans thing, it's a tough thing. I mean, he's a stud. It hasn't worked out in Washington the way that they've wanted to, with the John Wall, the health thing. That's unfortunate, but it just hasn't worked out, right? So I think they're going to sell, I think they're going to trade him. It makes a lot of sense to me. Be interesting, but that's another one. Last but not least, Donovan Mitchell. His relationship is apparently, not salvageable with Gobert over this COVID-19 thing, and certainly I understand that. Can understand why he feels that way. And you could argue that Gobert is going to be the one that gets traded, but who's going to trade for him now with everything? That's a tough sell. You don't want to just give him away. I don't know. I think Donovan Mitchell, it's tough because you don't want to trade a young guy like that who's literally an ascending star in this league. But I don't know if they're going to be able to get off Gobert and who's going to take that on. And he's a stud. I love Gobert too, but it's just a tough spot to be in, and I could see them realistically being willing to listen to offers and move him this offseason. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's currently averaging 24 points per game this year, 45% from the field, 4 boards, 4 assists, absolute stud, right? Absolute stud. Certainly on the come up, getting better, would command an absolute haul, right? So I think those 3 guys get moved. I think Devin Booker is the other one I thought about adding. I think we're another season away from that. Another offseason, another bad year in Phoenix. I think that's kind of when the trade request comes and things of that nature, and he ends up with the Timberwolves, and they obviously go on to do huge things. Shout out to the Timberwolves. Love you to death. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Hit me up on Twitter at @NotDWolfson, WOLFSON. Follow me on here. Please subscribe. I have 30 subscribers. I'm truly so grateful for every single one of you. I will always interact with you. I'll always appreciate you. I'm just a guy who loves the game of basketball. I love the game of football too, who are we kidding? But this is a basketball account, right? And I'm just grateful that I have this opportunity to speak to you, whether it's 20 of you who watch this, one of you, 0, and I'm just talking to myself, 310, it doesn't matter. I'm grateful for this, and I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Like, I truly mean that. So please drop a comment, tweet me, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button. Baby, never thought I'd say that, but go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. Doesn't feel right to say it. If you don't want to smash it down, I certainly understand not wanting to. I'm an idiot, so do I know what I'm talking about? I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, certainly really appreciate it. I really do think there's a realistic chance those guys get moved this offseason. Would love to hear your opinions, agreement, disagreement, whatever it is. Drop me a comment, tweet me. We'll talk soon. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays, or whatever day you're watching this. Peace.